update you did.
Uh-oh, I think, wait, hang on. Hold the phone. Come on, internet. Come on, internet. Come on, internet.
Oh, it says meeting is now live on.
Hang on. Oh, we're there. We made it. A little ukulele intro, because who doesn't like a little ukulele intro? We are live at 5, and I'm here with two of my best buds in the whole entire world. I'm here with Rene and Isabel. Isabel and Rene, I'm so glad you're here live at 5. Isabel, are you going to be helping us out with this?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to be helping us out. You're going to be helping us out, which is very important, because I don't know if you guys know this, but when it comes to uh, live video and things like that, I need a lot of help. But it's so great to see you all. I note that you are in a very clean corner of your home, so thank you for doing that. I'm in a very messy upstairs of my house, and that's fine. We got to do what we got to do, but we got to get down to business here. I'm so happy that so many folks liked our first live at 5 video, and I want to encourage you, if you're watching, if you're here with us today, drop us a what up in the live stream comments. We'll be sure to get to you to say what up back. And it's really, I'm totally pumped to have you here with us, Rene. If you don't know Miss Rene, there's a couple things you should know. One, she is the director of the West JCC campus Boniac Preschool. Did I say that right? I may not have even said that right. I'm new.
Ellen Boniac. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I didn't say it right, but thank you for being so conscientious and making me feel so good about saying it so bad. But you're the director of that preschool, but we at HCRJ know you as a couple things. One, Isabel and Max's mom, and two, on Sundays, you're our art teacher. So we were thinking about ways that we can bring some Judaism into our homes during this very interesting time. And you thought that you may have some, well, you didn't think, you know, because you're a very, very well prepared person. You knew that you would have some projects that would be really easy for us to do at our homes. And I should say, before I turn it over to you, because I'm just babbling at this point, but every bit of material that you would possibly need at home to do this project, A, you likely already have at home, and B, we'll be putting up the lists when our conversation is over. So, Rene, thank you for being here on HCRJ's Live at 5. What do you got for us today?
Okay, well, thank you for having both Isabel and myself. We're very excited to be here. We have a couple different art projects based on the kiddo's age, right? So we know that you have little ones at home, but we know you may have, like Isabel, 9-year-olds or more. So we wanted to do a couple different things that can occupy their time, but also takes advantage of the fact that we have time to talk about Judaism and Shabbat and spend Shabbat together, right? Because we're getting a lot of together time. And so how can we, now that we're home all the time, how can we make Shabbat extra special, right? Because that's the whole mitzvah of Shabbat, is to make it special. So I just want to point out a couple books, because I know everybody's at home and their reading lists are like, hey, I can actually get through it. So I have a couple books that I wanted to show, and I can put this up too. This is by Ron Wolf. I believe this is Dr. Ron Wolfson. And this is a really great book about making Shabbat special for your family. So different customs, traditions, things that you guys can incorporate to make your practice more true to who you are as a family. And then this one, if you're any PJ Library families out there, I've been a PJ Library family for a long time. I have a 9-year-old, so we're going on 9 years. They sent this one out, which is really fun. And, you know, we're getting ready for Passover too. So there's lots of really cool activities in there. So check this out. I don't know if they're still making this, but I'm sure PJ Library has a website that you can probably order it from. So those are just a couple books that if you want to build your Jewish library, maybe, yeah. Isabel and I, she's inspired. We're going to do some of those after this. So the first project is for toddlers, and it's really good for fine motor skills, which is really, really important work that we do at the West Houston J, and teaching them. And what you need for this is really a piece of paper, a marker, and if you don't feel like you have artistic ability to draw candlesticks, you can actually Google it and just print them out, right? So you're gonna have a blank sheet like this, and then we have lots of what I call loose parts. So things that you may have at home that you can use to use their motor skills to glue down to this piece of paper. So I was pinching some tissue paper. You can see the little pinches of the tissue paper. They could glue that down. Straws, if you have different, you can just cut them and do different things and they can lay them down. Bottle caps, they can use colored bottle caps, which are always fun to glue, and it's really good to practice the different sizes. And my favorite thing, and I actually tried this for the very first time, is dyeing pasta. And it is such a cool process, even if you're not going to do anything with it, it just looks really pretty. So you can see, like, we have all the colors of the pasta. And so what you do, this is the first instruction of the evening. You just take a little bit of pasta. Where's my Ziploc bag? Here's my Ziploc bag. This is my purple pasta that didn't turn out so well. Purple did not work for me as a color. So you put this in here, and then you put a couple squirts of food coloring. Can you see that okay? And then a little bit of water just to help the food coloring disperse. Doesn't have to be scientific. You don't have to measure it exactly. And you just squish it. Whoa. And then I let it sit this way for a little while because the longer you let it sit, the more saturated and colorful it's going to look. And so make sure your food coloring is fresh, because mine was not. So I think that's why the purple didn't work out so well. But different colors come out great. And so then they can use these, and you can work on not only fine motor skills. So I should have glued them. But you can do patterns too. So they could do pattern colors. They could glue it down and have a piece of artwork for later. Or you could just play with the colored pasta, use the fine motor skills, and work on the colored patterns, counting, sequencing. It's all great stuff that's learning. So you're not stressed about the homeschool, because at the JCC, both the Bertha Alice campus and West Houston, we believe in a play-based approach. And when I teach art at HCRJ, it's a play-based approach. What does that mean? We really want the kids to explore through the process versus what the output is. So they're learning just based on you sitting there with them, going through the process of dyeing this. This is science. Pat yourself on the back. You got a lot of homeschooling in, okay? It's really, really easy stuff. So that's for the little ones. Everything is easy. Oh, go ahead.
Did you just say that this is science?
It is science. Can you believe it? You're dying.
I can't believe it. Amazing. Amazing. You're measuring things. Awesome.
You can string them. Make some beautiful necklaces, jewelry.
Yeah. See? Future Ozreen here for our
awesome. All right, carry on.
Is really great. All of it's awesome stuff for you to do at home, and then you can use it later. I'm sure you have a box of pasta. The food coloring, like I said, is really easy to work. The biggest tip for food coloring is dilute it so that it spreads evenly. And if you have gloves, I would maybe wear gloves unless you want Technicolor hands. You can't see mine, mine's worn off, but my hands have been pretty colorful in dyeing the pasta. So then that was the start of our theme about Shabbat and Lent and separating the Shabbat from the rest of the week, right? And so when I was talking to Mike about this, I was always thinking about how can we bring light into the world right now? How can we be the light? And celebrating Shabbat together as a family is a really great way to do that. And so for the older kids, we have a really great activity. This is where we're going to make the dough, Isabel. So fun. So the dough recipe we'll put online, but it's basically 1 cup of flour to a half a cup of salt, or 2 cups of flour to 1 cup salt, whatever you have. Apparently, there is no salt or flour to be found in the grocery stores right now, at least in mine. So I use your discretion as to how much dough you really want to make. So Isabel, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, I'm the mixer here.
She's the official mixer. So again, this is homeschool science right here. Learning in the kitchen is like, think back to your home economics class, right? This is valuable life lessons that they're learning, and you can again pat yourself on the back that you got some of those homeschool lessons in.
The other day, I made us pasta for lunch.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna make a small batch because we already have a batch. So we're gonna use a cup of flour and then just regular table salt. And here's more science because the salt actually preserves the dough. And it's okay. It preserves the dough to keep it from getting moldy, so that you can use it for a long time. A lot of people actually use this recipe to make Christmas ornaments, believe it or not.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So they can use them year after year. So go ahead and put that in.
Plus, the kids can't break them.
Exactly. Or again, everything is taste safe. So with the young toddlers, if they're putting things in the mouth, the food coloring is safe for them to eat, which may make their face blue, but it's safe for them to eat.
It will come off eventually.
Okay, now we add the water. And I kind of just eyeball this based on the texture of the dough. Go ahead. And this is a great sensory project. So Isabel, tell them how it feels.
It feels so nice.
A lot of kids like to make slime. This is a lot easier to clean up than slime. Trust me.
You kind of act with it like slime.
So she kind of just, like, this is part of the activity, letting her explore. You could add some food coloring if you wanted to.
I'm not going to make my hand blue.
But she doesn't want to make her hand blue, so here we are.
At least not today.
Now, it looks a little runny, and so that's where you add more flour if you need it. You know, just like you're making bread, challah.
Yeah, that's kind of the texture, just maybe a little more.
So as she's mixing, I actually saved some from our previous batch so that you can kind of see the consistency here. How are we doing, Mike? We're good on time?
Amazing.
So you can kind of see how this looks, the consistency. It's a little bit stickier just because I wanted to be able to show you guys, but you can put flour on your hands just like cookie dough, just like bread dough.
The more water you add, the less sticky it gets.
Okay, that's a good tip. You can also add more salt. Like if you add a significant amount of flour, add some extra salt too along the way, just so it balances it out. So she's gonna keep going. Do you need any extra water, flour?
Maybe a little salt.
Maybe a little salt.
It's actually like there's hardly any salt. It's called salt.
Okay, a little more salt. This will last a while. Now, I'll show you how we did the 2 Shabbat candlestick holders. We did 2 different kinds. For those of you that are nostalgic and like to remember your kids and their age and, you know, how big they are, I did handprints. So Max is green because that's his favorite color, and Isabel is blue because that's her favorite color. And then you can use tea lights right here. So if you want to just use little tea lights for Shabbat, this is a great option. It's almost like a Shabbat candle holder plate because of this. My kids are so big now that they have these big hands. But you can use cookie cutters to make fun shapes. I also did, for the big kids, I know a lot of my art students at HCRJ
She's talking about
are huge Harry Potter fans.
Talking about me.
Isabel, I know the Cabins, if they're on, I know they're huge Harry Potter fans. Gavin Greenberg, I'm looking at you, kid. Y'all are very big Harry Potter fans, and we love to chat about Harry Potter. So, obviously, Harry Potter. And then these are for the bigger candles.
If they will fit.
If they'll fit. So, then you can kind of just smush them. But this one, then you have 2 big size candle holders. or you can do what we normally do before we put candles in the candle holder and melt the bottom a little bit. But I will say that this dough, if you have impatient kiddos, and Mike, you did forget the 3rd most important way you might know me at HCRJ, and that is I'm Brooke and Logan's aunt.
Yes.
I am the coolest sister-in-law. I get to call my sister-in-law as Melissa Wolfson, our executive director. So
that's a shout out for you, Melissa.
shout out. We are lucky enough to have you part of our family. So I know that my niece and nephew love to have things ready to go when it's done. So I will give a little tip. Bake the salt dough, okay? Because this takes days.
Yeah, we have some over there that are still drying. It takes a long time.
If you're gonna let it air dry, it takes forever.
Can you eat it?
Yeah. I would not recommend it. It would not taste very good. And this might break a tooth, which
okay, we don't. So no, don't eat it.
Don't do that.
Renee, but before you get to the third project, right? Because we have one. I want to give some shout outs here.
Awesome.
We have some shout outs. Some folks that are with us want to say, Isabel, Samantha Perkins says, "What is up?" And Steve Gross, the rabbi, Steve Gross says, Isabel is so great. Isabel, I don't think it really matters what your mom and I do because this is all about you. You are a star. We got the Wolfson families with us. It is so great to see all of you here. Thank you for being with us. Renee, do we have another project?
We do, and this is also science related. So
I love science.
Yes. So again, just going back to the salt dough real quick, bake it. We will put the instructions of how to bake it on the website as well, because I know like my kids, like my niece and nephew, they want it done and they want to be able to paint it right then and there. Baking it still does take a while, but
it doesn't take as long as when you let it.
Exactly. So the last project, and this is actually Havdalah, right? Not everyone does Havdalah at home. And Havdalah is something I kind of found more as I've become a parent and become an educator, and the importance of separating Shabbat from the rest of the week. And I really love the spices, and I had contemplated doing spice bags with y'all. But one of the things that I learned this year was that all you need to make a Havdalah candle is more than one wick, because it should be like a torch, right? And so if you have a Shabbat candle, that's one wick. But if you have a Havdalah candle, they're braided and they have lots of wicks. And so it burns brighter, like a torch would back in the day, right? And so I know that probably everybody has Hanukkah candles at home, right? Although I did go on a big cleaning purge, and full disclosure, I did throw my extra ones, so I had to borrow these from the school. But they're really awesome for the Texas heat, and I'll tell you why. So if you leave them outside, go outside, ride your bike, play on the swing set, whatever you have, basketball, whatever. If you take them outside and just leave them on your front step or the sidewalk, somewhere where no one's going to step on them, they start to melt. They get soft.
You don't want that to melt them too much.
You don't want to melt them too much. And I will tell you, the white ones do not melt.
No, not at all.
For some reason, the wax is more pure. It does. I've tried many a candles. It does not melt. So you let it get soft, and then you simply take 2 candles and twist them around one another. And then boom, you have a little Havdalah candle. And you can pick the different colors you want. And if you don't have time to let it sit outside, or your kids are just too impatient, I would recommend putting it in the microwave.
Like today, we could not put it out because it was supposed to be rainy. Doesn't look like it's raining, but so we microwaved them. They didn't turn out as good as we thought they would, but they worked.
It still worked, right? So I will say, having made many, many of these types of Havdalah candles, outside is the best, when you can leave it outside for an hour or longer, depending on the heat, depending on the sun. But you can microwave it, put it on a microwave plate, because they will melt a little bit. And it takes about, how long did I put these in for? Like 2 minutes? Yeah. It wasn't even a full 2 minutes before they got soft. And you can tell, like I said, some colors take longer to get soft than others. So yellow is really good for making twists. So those are our 3 candle projects for various ages and stages.
If you went to that, what was it?
It was a Havdalah.
Havdalah in the park. We did that.
Back in August, so don't worry if you missed it.
Yeah. No.
Pre-quarantine and limiting to less than 10 people. So anyways, we love to have various ways to bring in Shabbat together as a family. And now more than ever, I personally think it's important to separate it from the rest of the week. Because we're home, we're doing school, we're working from home, we're spending
maybe a little too much time.
Oh, boom.
And we all have these new responsibilities put upon us. So these are all great ways that you can pat yourself on the back for homeschool and, really engage with your families and really determine, how you want to spend Shabbat as a family. Yes. Not right now. She's got more Live at 5 topics for you, Mike.
Oh, okay. Well, I think Isabel, I'm pretty sure you have what we say in the biz, you have stolen the show. So I am hopeful that you'll have another opportunity to spend some time with us. Rene, those are amazing projects, really fun, straightforward, good for different ages, different stages. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us. I don't know about you, but we got a couple other shout outs. And then I'll say what I was just about to say. A good shout out. Jamie Perkins says, super cool ideas. And I agree. And the Pierces are with us and say, hey, friends. And to you, we say, what up? So before we say goodbye, because I don't know about you all in Katy, but here where I am, it's pretty much dinner time. But one of the really important things that we need to do is we need to wash our hands. So I'll sing that blessing that we've been singing at our house to this very nice tune. It's so important to wash our hands, especially now. And then, Rene and Isabel, will you lead us in the motzi when we're done?
Yep.
Yes. All right, I'll go first. How about that? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. Wash your hands. And please, the motzi, I'm so hungry.
Ready?
Yep.
Start it off.
Ready?
Ready.
Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for them. Our voices rise and song together as our daily prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. Everybody have a great day. Rene and Isabel, thank you so much for being with us for Live at 5. We'll be back on Wednesday. Rabbi Gross is going to be with us. And thank you all so much for watching. It was so nice to be able to be together. Have a great rest of your day. Again, Rene, Isabel, awesome. Thank you. Thank you.